Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got something that I'm really excited about. So this all happened just within the last few days. I saw some reels on Instagram of a knife that looked really cool. And I messaged the account saying, hey, this looks really nice. And the account said, hey, do you want to check it out? And I said, absolutely, I definitely do. This is something that I think that you guys will be really excited about. So I'm happy that they sent me a sample so that I could share it with you guys. I will link this knife right down in the description. It's available right now. I feel like it's not gonna be for very long once you guys see it. But it is available right now. And as far as I understand, he plans to make more. So anyways, thanks so much to Ohlone or Ohlone Knives for sending this in. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. And please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. I think there are two versions of this. He had one in carbon fiber and one in micarta, the inlays. And I believe the carbon fiber one sold out. So the OEM here is Riat. He confirmed that with me, which was very surprising because of the price. There's two elements. Number one, the price. The price is extremely good, just in general, before you factor in that it's Riat made. The price seems really good. But of course, I want to handle it because the other element here is that, oh, did it come with a pen? That's nice. Is the little pen light? Hold on. Do you unscrew? Do you? Oh yeah, okay, it comes with a little pin. Thank you. That's a nice touch there. Okay, so the knife itself, the other element here, that's right. It's a Riat crossbar lock. Am I mistaken in, was it him telling me that or somebody else told me that? That I don't think I've ever seen a Riat crossbar lock. Look at this. Beautiful. You can tell right off the bat that this is Riat's work. And if you don't know, you're like, who's Riat? Why is he making such a big deal out of it? Riat is probably one of the most precision production companies in the world. They manufacture knives in China, but yeah, when I say in the world, I mean in the world. As far as machine-made production, precision pocket knives. Riat is on point, and generally people will pay a little bit more money for them versus the competition. So what we normally see is a price tag in the $300, $400, or sometimes even $500 territory. This guy is, I believe, $255. Let's see how that blade looks. Oh. So this is, boy, the size. Oh, the size. I love this. I love the size. Oh, I thought it was going to be a little bit smaller. This feels great. Oh, so listen, when simple is done right, and when I'm not calling the knife simple, I'm saying the aesthetic here is straightforward, classic knife lines. But sometimes what we get is just an oversaturation of too many knives that look exactly the same. And at first glance, you might think this kind of does look the same as other knives. But this it's got that extra little bit there. It's like, it kind of reminds me of, you know what, I mean, a lot of people are going to say, that's a blackout copy. And that's what you sound like. That's what that sounds like coming out of your stupid face hole when you say stuff like that. These are both classic knife profiles. Benchmade didn't invent the drop point blade and put it on a totally brand new unique frame that no one has ever seen. No, this handle profile has been done. The blade has been done, right? What Benchmade did is make it super duper thin. That's what they did. But it's kind of like this classic knife profile, you know, throw in Elementum, throw in Pyrite, right? Throw in Rat, because these are all classic knife profiles, right? But what they did here is they didn't go the ultra thin route, and they didn't go with a knife that was really, you know, not small, but on the smaller side. So we have not ultra thick, but we have more robust scales that are contoured. Beautiful. God, that's nice. Inlay, position, fantastic. Transition from titanium to micarta, fantastic. Overall look and presentation, also fantastic. The blade, beautiful, simple, elegant, beautiful. We have a little tightness off the, hold on here. Oh no, you can whip it into place. Okay. I was like, why is it so tight? What are we running on here? I think these are washers. Oh, I don't know. I think they're washers. Why am I getting excited about that? I still hear, here's another comment that I hear. You know, for that much money, it should be bearings. Bearings are not like, there's not like a threshold that you cross and they're like, oh, we're in premium territory. It's time to start putting bearings in there because as we all know, bearings cost a lot of money to put. You can get freaking $30 knives with bearings in them, right? No, that's a preference of action and functionality. With bearings, generally you get a little bit more fall shutty. We can't say quality because quality is circumstantial and in the eye of the beholder, or in this case, the hand of the beholder. But that generally, you have your fall shut action and all that. Washers have generally a reasonably smooth action, tend to be a bit tighter than bearings, but the benefit is during actual use, especially in dirty, dusty, gritty environments, that debris doesn't get inside the pivot. And while it is rare that enough debris can get into a pivot to slow down something like bearings, it does happen. With washers, it does not. Absolutely does not. So, the question here is, number one, on the deployment out, it's fantastic. On the deployment in, this is not a knife where you're going to pull it and it's going to drop. So I'm wondering if over time, does it break in? I mean, if I swing it hard enough, I can definitely swing it back into place. The action on deployment is really good. Solidity is also absolute. So for Riot's first crossbar lock, the tension is also very good. I think they're using more robust Omega springs. This just feels tight. It doesn't feel, it feels tighter. It feels tighter than something like the Bug Out, right? But many times, I've purchased a Benchmade Axis lock and I've gone to pull that and it doesn't drop. And then a few days later, it starts to drop. Why? Because everything starts to move and wear itself in. I could drop a bit of 10 weight nano oil back there. I could also take the knife apart, drop a bit of 10 weight on either side of the washers. I'm kind of interested to just see what it does breaking in. Obviously, we have perfect centering, right? We have... What is it that I was about to point out? There was something that I was about to point out, and I cannot remember exactly what it was. What was I going to point out? We talked about the centering. Oh, we talked about lockout, right? There's very minimal stick off of the axis bar. I'm calling it the axis bar. I don't know what Riot wants to call this crossbar lock, but that's what it is, right? On the inside, we definitely do have the steel housing, which is generally what you see. It's the housing for the Omega springs. But that appears to go... It goes all the way down. The benefit to that is that if they decide to do a less expensive version that's solid carbon fiber or micarta or G10, they could do that. And it would probably cost quite a bit less. But yeah, blade steel, I'm almost certain it's M390. I don't know that for sure. If you go to the website, which is linked down below, I'm almost certain it's going to say that. So all that's really left here is to see if it breaks in, right? I don't think it's uncommon at all for a Riot knife in general, like a frame lock or a liner lock, to break in. They generally get pretty smooth. So I think what I'll do with this while I'm carrying it, because I'm definitely, look at this thing. Of course I'm going to carry it. We didn't even talk about that pocket clip. Look at this. Woo! We do need, listen, you got an ambi lock. You got to figure something out. It's got to have an ambi clip. That's a big miss. This is a beautiful knife. Beautiful functionality. Obvious quality. Does it say what the blade steel is right there? No, it was a shadow. Obvious quality here. People are going to like this. You cannot leave lefties out. It's an ambi lock. You gotta have a clip for the left-hand side. Whether we do a wrap around, right? Or here's another idea, and you can do this with a milled clip. And this way you don't have to mill a slot in here. Have it come up and over and cap it on top, right? You could do a tie backspacer and cap it on top. And that might pull away from the aesthetic as well, right? I mean, you could do a countersunk screw there or a nested screw. Have it wrap around and clip into. You could mill a little slot into the titanium and have it, you know, screw in there. You could have a little threaded standoff, or well, you could even do a lanyard hole or something like that. Like it would be like a, I don't know, a halfway standoff lanyard hole. You don't have to do that. I actually prefer it without a lanyard hole. I think that clip is beautiful. It's fantastic. This is a beautiful pocket clip. But we got, if we have an ambi lock, we got to have ambi clip mounting positions. T8, boy, the nice thing about not doing a cartridge liner is that we can put the screws back here. Look at that. T8 body screws too. Woo, man, that is gorgeous. Whoops, I slipped off with my index finger. I would say, as far as the power it takes to whip it back into the closed position is about a 5 out of 10. Still not wanting to drop from the open position, but this, it's just a little bit of extra tension. It's not feeling like it's so tight that it's not wanting to function. Just feels like it's meant to break in. Really interesting. I cannot wait to carry and use this and give you guys my thoughts after a few weeks here. So, again, I will link this down in the description. I think these are $255. Wow. Very cool. What is it called? The Goat A.X.L or Goat A.X.L is what this is called. I should have said that at the beginning of the video. Very cool, though. All right, that's it for the unboxing and first impressions. Very excited about this one. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.